Success as an ASEAN independent business owner is not guaranteed, but rather influenced by an individual's specific efforts. No one is guaranteed success as an IBO. This presentation was recorded during the Sydney International Event March 24 to 26, 2017. This presentation may contain information regarding the ASEAN compensation plan, promotions and product pricing which has changed since the date of the recording. Views expressed and any claims or comparisons made by IBOs presenting are theirs and not ASEAN's. Please check ASEANPacific.com and IBO back office for an up-to-date information.
The next couple were financially pushed to their limits and on the verge of losing their family home. They were introduced to the ASEAN opportunity at the time when they needed it the most. After years of working hard in their business and supporting their teams, they've turned their lives around and built a strong financial future for themselves and their 4 children. Please help us welcome to the stage Regional Vice Presidents Jannis and Spencer Fatuleai.
First and foremost, I have to give thanks to my Heavenly Father. Without Him, this could never be possible for me and my family. I want to give thanks to those that have been here since day one, our mentors from day one, the Regional Vice Presidents, Boata and Deborah, who have been there and helped us along the way, along with Brian Sachs. ASEAN Pacific team, Karen, Kate and their team, Mr. Gerard Frack, incredible gentleman, what he does behind the scenes to make everything easier for us. I thank you for all you do. Our co-founders, such amazing gentlemen, to think that they could have walked away and taken a lot of money and been financially done for their families, yet they chose to start ASEAN for us. Eternally grateful. Thank you very much. One person I want to single out is a gentleman, Mr. Mapunzaya. Just to tell you a little bit about him, last year he went away back home to South Africa to visit a terminally ill friend. Yet he still found the time to ring Jannis and I to make sure that we're still on target to hit our goals and to make sure that we're right. Not just that, but he asked how our family was and if our kids were doing good. You see, he's not just the VP of sales, but he is a good friend. Thank you. This one's for our team. It's a team effort. On behalf of Jannis and I really thank our team Phoenix for what you have done. For the amazing friendships we've formed. Thank you very much for the work you do. But I dedicate this one to those fathers out there that are on the grind, working 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. For those mothers that are at home, watching their children as you will see your husbands walk out the door. Me and my wife stand here as one of them. We stand here as testament that there's an easier way for you, that there's a vehicle for you to be able to lighten those burdens that are on your shoulders. To my people, not just the Samoan people, all Polynesians around the world. I tell you right now, we did not migrate to Australia and New Zealand. to work in factories, to be stuck in assembly lines, to be stuck in the picking fields. We were born to do great things. We were born to mix it with the best of them, go out and be great. I want to thank my children. My children have sacrificed even more than my wife and I. You see, when we first started ACN, we had no babysitters, and they came with us everywhere. When we've done presentations in homes, they sat in the car and done their homework while we were presenting to them in strangers' homes. I want to thank them. I want to thank my oldest daughter. But I want to thank the rock of my family, who when she come home and told me about ACN, I told her it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. My business partner, my mentor, my eternal companion, Regional Vice President Jannis Fatuleai. Words can't express how much and how thankful I am for taking that step and doing what you've done to put our family in the best position that we've ever been. I love you. Thank you. Regional Vice President Jannis Fatuleai.
How do I begin to thank this amazing family, my ACN family? I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I showed up 4 years ago and I sat in one of those seats. And no one knew, but we were literally about 90 days away from losing our house. My husband had just lost his job. It was my birthday and I didn't want to wake up. I wanted to close the curtains and go to sleep and I didn't want to wake up. And I looked over and there were my 4 kids looking at me. And I knew I had to get up and do something. I knew there had to be something better. And I saw the presentation with Mr. Bossavoa, and it made sense. I backed myself, I trusted myself, but I didn't know who ACN was. And so I showed up and I sat in your seat. And I remember Mr. Mike Cooper's telling this story. And there's one skill I have is I know how to figure people out. And he spoke, and I knew that I was home. And then this gentleman by the name of Mr. Larry Raskin crossed the stage and he spoke about his story. And he talked about the fact that he was about to lose his home. And I was sitting in your seat feeling sorry for myself. And somehow in his conversation, I heard, how dare you feel sorry for yourself when there is a man getting up every single day, going to work, working 2 to 3 jobs, while you're crying and feeling sorry for yourself. And he reminded me that I had everything that I needed to win inside of me. And when I came here and I saw ACN, I saw a vehicle that if I partnered up with what I had inside, I knew that we could go somewhere. And for the first time ever, I believed without a doubt that this was home and that I could rescue my own family. And instead of waiting for somebody else to come and rescue my family, I made a decision. I was a guest here 4 years ago, and I made a decision before I walked out of here that I would be the person that would walk across the stage, I would rescue my family, and within 17 months, we were paying the mortgage residually every single month. And we were regional directors. And I remember getting comfortable because we were recovering the mortgage payment. And then Mr. Mike Cooper's, and he's not here, he sits us down, he has a conversation with us, and he said to us, it's a responsibility to succeed on purpose. And I turned around and I looked at our team, and they hadn't achieved their reasons why. And we made a decision, it was time to go to regional vice president. It was no longer about us, it was about the people that followed us and believed in us. We made a decision that if we were going to lead them, we had to show them it could be done. And when I sat in your seat 4 years ago, it just seemed so far away. And what I want to let you know is there's nothing special about us. We showed up and we kept showing up. We had no experience and we showed up and we learned from people. And as a result of that, we're standing here. If we can do this, if a mum with 4 kids under the age of 10 who dragged her kids along with her at every single presentation, if I can do this, then you can do this. Anyone can do this. If you will show up and never miss an event, no one else is going to come to your rescue. And I believe without a doubt that one day there will be a picture up on the fireplace and my children, my great-grandchildren will ask their parents, who are those two? Who are those two people in the photo? You know what my children are going to say? Those are the people that were the catalysts that changed our family tree forever. And the sacrifices that we make today, the sacrifices my children made, there were times I felt like it was never going to happen for us. And then I looked at them and I'd given them my word. And I said to my children, I promise you, there will be a day where I promise you, we will bring Daddy home. And my husband was getting up every single day and he's got no ligaments in his knee and he was showing up trying to work 3 jobs. And I'm watching him and I'm wondering when he's coming home because he's working 3 jobs. And what I want you to know is how grateful I am for this amazing company, how grateful I am for the co-founders who gave us this opportunity because they have no idea that they rescued my family when I couldn't breathe. SEN was our rescue boat. I want to close off by letting you know that I became a better person because of ACN. When people quit on us, I try to rescue everybody. And I figured out I can't rescue someone who doesn't want to be rescued. And when people quit, I learned to love them anyway. And I became a better person. When Spencer and I had arguments, normally it would take 2 weeks to recover, and Mike Cooper taught me, you can be upset for 1 minute, get over it. Get up and keep moving. And so wherever you are right now, if you're struggling, you've been in the game for a while and you're struggling, it's time to get up. You've got to take accountability for your own business. Nobody else is going to build it for you. I'm not relying on my team to build my business. I'm the one in front of them, leading them. I'm showing them the way. So if you don't like how your business looks, get up and keep moving. We can do this. You can do this. I believe without a doubt that each and every one of you has greatness within you. And this environment, if you will stay in it, will pull the very best out of you. We are ACN, and I believe without a doubt, we are the business of the 21st century. 2017, we're going to absolutely explode this. Are you with me? Because it's time to move.